transform this nation, to pull it together, and to start finally facing up to the challenges that, if we don't deal with now, may end up creating a future for our children that's a little poorer and a little meaner than the one that we inherited from our parents and our grandparents. You know, it's easier to understand what I'm talking about when you get out of Washington. One of the best trips that I've had in this campaign was a trip I took to Oakland, California about 3 or 4 months ago. And I woke up at 5 in the morning and I went over to the home of a 61-year-old home care worker named Pauline Beck. She's a member of the Service Employees International Union, SEIU, and SEIU had organized every presidential candidate to spend a day walking in the shoes of one of their members. And so I woke up and I went over to Ms. Beck's house at 5 in the morning. She was already up fixing breakfast for 2 foster children who she's taken into their home because they don't have a family of their own. And after fixing them breakfast and getting them ready for school, we went over to the home of an 86-year-old amputee named John Thornton, who Ms. Beck looks after every single day in his dilapidated house in a tough section of Oakland. And that morning I did what Ms. Beck usually does. Under her supervision, I helped him out of bed, helped him get dressed, fixed him breakfast, cleaned the sheets, scrubbed the floors, did the laundry. My wife couldn't believe this when she heard it. I had to show her the video of me doing this work around the house. But working alongside this humble, magnificent woman, listening to her talk about the hardships of her life. And she was talking about them without a trace of self-pity, just glad to be of some service to somebody. But also hoping maybe she could get a little more pay to help look after those foster kids. Just hoping that maybe she could have a little more security in her retirement. Hoping that she could get a day off once in a while to rest some tired feet, because she doesn't get paid a lot of money. And it's hard for her to take a day off. She gives up a day's pay, and that might make a difference in terms of her being able to pay the bills that month. I was reminded of why I got into public service over 2 decades ago, working as a community organizer on the streets of Chicago with steel workers who had lost their jobs after the plants had moved overseas, working with low-income kids, giving them after-school programs, trying to develop neighborhoods that had fallen into disrepair. Because there are millions of people like Pauline Beck all